In this video, we will go step by step through creating a new virtual machine on our primary Hyper-V host, that is a Replica 1, and configure that virtual machine to replicate to the secondary server, that is a Replica 2. So by the end, you will see the complete process in action. I have opened my Hyper-V manager on Replica 1 server. I am going to install a Windows Server 2025 to this machine, and then we will see how to enable replication to that virtual machine. So create a new virtual machine, then click next, enter a meaningful name for that virtual machine. What is important here for me is store the virtual machine in different location. So here you click on that and point out the location, the folder that you have created for replica. So I have chosen the new drive and also replica folder. Then keep other selections as before. The startup memory can be adjusted. Networking, also make sure that you choose the same network as in the secondary server or in the replica server. So as you can see here, I'm going to use the virtual switch connection. You have to choose the same on the replica server. The location also you can confirm from here. Then choose to install the operating system and choose to point the ISO image, then click finish, and that complete the creation of virtual machine. Now the virtual machine is installing. The Windows server is ready, is running as a virtual machine, and here you can see the IP address and can be also be configured. So by default it took from the DHCP. Now let's close all these windows and start replicating this new virtual machine that we created to the replica server 2. So for that, right click on the virtual machine, then you see enable replication, click on it. Then it opens a new wizard, click next, select the replica server. So our replica server is replica2.itproguide.com, then click next. Since we select the authentication type as HTTP, it set the port as 80, and this method will work well in a domain environment, but does not encrypt the data during the transmission. And if you want to encrypt, then you have to choose the second option, that is use certificate based authentication, HTTPS. And also I'm enabling compression so that the replication traffic use less bandwidth over the network. Click next, and then here you can choose which virtual hard disks that you want to replicate. So here I have only one VHD and I prefer to replicate the entire VHD to the replica server. But there are cases where you prefer to not to replicate all the VHD disk. For example, you set a disk specifically for the application logs, and when you replicate, you don't prefer to replicate the logs VHD disk to the secondary server. So in this case, you can skip those VHDs and only replicate what is necessary for you. And then you recreate, in case of a disaster recovery, you recreate the missing disk at the destination replica server. Here we set the replication frequency, and this controls how often changes are sent to replica server. The default is every 5 minutes, but you can tighten this to 30 seconds for critical workloads, or you can also extend it to 15 minutes if the bandwidth is limited. Click next. Here we can choose to maintain latest recovery points, only the latest recovery point, or create additional recovery points. So the extra recovery points allows us to roll back the VM to earlier states. Here I will go with the maintain only latest recovery point, then click next. Finally, here we choose how to perform the initial replication. We have two options. We can send initial copy over the network or copy to an external media, and we can use it in the replica server. or if you already have an existing copy of the replica server, you can utilize that also. So for this example, I will start replication immediately over the network so that the VM is fully replicated to the target host right away. Here we complete our wizard for enabling replication for that virtual machine. And you can see right away under the status, the replication has started. It is sending the initial replication. That means this virtual machine files are now replicating to the replica server 2. And based upon the size of the virtual machine, this is going to take some time. So once this sending initial replica is completed, we can go back to replica server 2 and we can see what's happening there. So in the replica 2 server, let's move to replica 2 server because the initial replication has completed. In the replica 2 server, as you can see here, there is a demo VM off. So the demo VM is running on replica 1 server. As we enable the replication, if you go to replica 2, as you can see, demo VM is off. So this is how you will see it. When you select the virtual machine, you can see a summary of the virtual machine, and next to that there is a replication tab where you can see the health of this VM also. Replication mode, primary means what the virtual machine is running. Replication enabled means the replication is enabled. Then replication method is normal. So you can see which is primary, which is secondary, the health status, and replication health. A summary of it is available whenever you select the virtual machine and down select the replication, you will be able to see it. You can also see the health checkup by right clicking the virtual machine, then view replication health. So it will tell you when it replicated last time, and the status of the replication, the primary server and the secondary server. And also you can reset the statistics so that it will give you new health results. Let's summarize what we have learned in this video. We able to enable replication for one of the virtual machine that we created, and it replicated successfully from replica server 1 to replica server 2. Once we complete the initial replication, we performed health checkup of those virtual machines, and also we saw how to see the primary servers, how to identify the secondary servers. When you check the health of the server, it will tell you the primary server, that means the virtual machine currently running, and also the replica server where the virtual machines are replicated, and also the health status. So that's it in this video. In the coming video, we're gonna see how to perform a planned failover, and also how to test the failover and other features of replication.